Hello, everybody. This is Mrs. Shadbolt. Welcome back. This is the second of the color theory guided notes and worksheet. We already went over the hues on the color wheel that we did the guided notes at the top of this page. So if you're logging in and seeing this one for the first time, you missed the first part one. So you'll want to go back and find that one. We're going to continue on our guided notes today with this second section. It's called Color Harmonies. It's right here, Roman numeral 2. And color harmonies are also known as color schemes. So say you're into like a show like Project Runway or something like that, or you're a DIY kind of person, you like interior design, you might otherwise call this a color palette or a color scheme. So it's usually a group of 3 or more colors that are somehow unified by some conscious use. And you can always come up with your own color schemes on your own, but these are kind of the most tried and true uses of color that you're going to see. And we may or may not get through this whole section on this video. I may have to break it up, I think, into a third piece, but we'll go kind of quickly through this. So color harmonies are chosen very thoughtfully by painters or other artists or designers. They're very conscious about how these colors interact. And I have a great video from PBS Off Book that I'll link you that you should really watch, that has to do with historic choices about why color trends happen. It has to do with what's going on in the world and with current events and artists. So you'll see that PBS video. I recommend checking that out. So anyhow, we're going to go through these kind of quickly. So our first color harmony group on your guided notes under Roman numeral 2, it for A starts with the letter T, and that is for temperature. I love these because they're kind of intrinsic. You probably already have been using these without even consciously thinking about it. We have a W and a C, and you can probably figure that out. It's just like your faucet at home. Your W stands for warm, and your C stands for cool or cold. And your warm colors, as you can see on the screen of the PowerPoint right there, we have 3 of them. They're red, yellow, and orange. So those are your flame colors. You think of heat, you think of fire, right? Dangerous. They're very active colors. They always look good together. And that's why you see artists using them together frequently. And then the other ones are your cool colors. And those are obviously blue and a little bit more subtly violet or green. Green is sometimes confusing to other people, but I think about how you step on wet grass in the morning and it's always a little cool. So that helps me to remember. There's a couple pieces on the screen. The one on the left I painted as an homage to the one on the right, which is a famous Picasso painting. So the one on the right is the Old Man and the Guitar, a very famous painting by Picasso in his blue period. Picasso had been through some tragedies, had lost some friends, so he was very depressed. And so he painted a series of very blue, green, and violet cool paintings. All right, so we've got that on our list. And then our next group, I would like to say, is maybe your most important group to learn. So if you're going to star anything on this page that you need to put in your memory bank, do it on this next section, which is B under Roman numeral 2. And that is C for complementary colors. And I'm checking my spelling I'm a bad speller. And these ones you can find on the color wheel by drawing a straight line through the center to the other side. And there's always a primary and then a secondary. I shouldn't say always, but those are the three groups that you're going to learn first. So if you look on your notes, these are found across on the wheel. Okay, so I'm going to list red, yellow, and blue, and then we'll find their complements, okay? So I'm going to use my mouse here. So if you draw a straight line across from red, you see green, right? So that's your first group, red plus green. And then the next pair are blue and orange. Blue and orange. And then the last two are yellow and violet. Now, what is really, really, really important about those is that those two, when they're mixed together, they make your gray or brown neutral colors, which is really important, okay? Mix to get gray or brown. That's important for painting. It's also a way to dollar. So I'll explain what that is in more detail a little bit later in a video. So doloring very simply means you're going to tone down a color. So if I want blood red, I add a little bit of green to it, and that will make it deeper and darker and less vivid. It's really more of a natural color. If I want to make a skin tone, I actually take orange and add a little bit of white to tone it down so it's not so bright, and then I add blue. And the amount of white you give it will dictate how deep or dark your value is. So depending on your skin tone, some people have darker pigmented skin than others. Another color like sand, you add a little purple to it, to the yellow, and that will make like a sandy yellow or a blonde color. So those are really important for mixing. So that's star that, circle that, holy cow. We're going to go back to that a lot this term. So put those in your memory bank, very important things. All right, so I am going to clip off a couple of those. Oh, these are two paintings that I did using complementary colors. Good stuff, important things to know. Just purple, yellow, and white on the right there. And then the one on the left is orange and blue and white. You can see you get these almost black browns or grays using those equal parts of those complementary colors. It's pretty impressive that you can get that range of value. All right, actually, I'm going to split you off just because those are important. Talking about temperature colors and complementary colors. We'll do monochromatics and other neutrals and changing your value on the next video. All right, come back to that one later. That's an important